Welcome to the Victory Formation Lounge Podcast, a pro football concentrated podcast that discusses NFL games week to week.
Welcome back. Week 2 is in the books. Week 2 is a wrap. This is the Victory Formation Lounge podcast. My name is Tony, representing for the shoe in Indianapolis.
Minos representing for the only team in the NFL with 2 home stadiums.
Wow. Wow.
John for the Commanders.
As you can see, our fourth consistent member is on the way home. He might chime in later. But it's kind of crazy because 3 out of the 4 teams here are 2-0, which is all NFC teams, mind you. So kudos to the NFC. They got what, 8? Is it 8 or 9 teams that are undefeated right now?
I think
all
9.
playing some decent football. Yeah, the AFC only has 2. The Ravens and I forget who the other one is. Ravens and somebody. But yeah, we're back. Week 2 in the books. Still not sure who's who yet, but we saw some entertaining games this week, I'd like to say. Why don't we kick it off with you, Mino, since you're the dominant team as of now in the one of a few dominant teams in the league right now, as you guys squared off against what was it? Who did you guys play again?
The Lambs.
Oh, yes, the St. Louis. Well, not even the St. Louis. LA Rams, right? Or the Lambs.
Yep.
As you can see what he said. But go ahead. I'll let you take the mic. Go ahead.
It's just amazing. Just like there was only one time we couldn't beat those motherfuckers in the last 4 years. One time that mattered, right?
Was that the year they went to the Super Bowl?
Yep.
Yeah.
The one where Tart dropped that wide open interception that would have killed the game.
This is an absolute fact. Yes.
Roger Goodell in Vegas was in his earpiece saying, "Drop it."
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's never played another down in the NFL again.
Yeah. No, you're right. Of course, the offense was looking silky smooth. Defense was dominant.
I don't know about silky smooth. Brock missed a few wide open tutties.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It didn't look like that on the highlights, but you watched the whole game, so
he overthrew a few guys that would have led to scores. And he admitted to it, and it just is what it is. But again, he was smart with the ball. Christian, I mean, as you can tell by my background, he seems to break off a long run in every game. Knock on wood.
That's the same play. I saw one play, bro, from somebody had a camera on the sideline, or probably a phone or whatever, and bro, he straight up just like bulldozed in.
Yeah, that's the one where you stiff on the dude to the floor.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. That was cold.
Got some muscle on him.
Yeah, that man. I've been a fan of that.
It's impressive. It's impressive to see like how he's come back from all the he had a real long string of injuries, bro, and he's just back. He's back.
I thought it was curtains for him because usually when
I thought it was over. Yeah,
I thought he was just gonna have a career just.
It would have been over if he was in Carolina. Still would have been over.
They would have used him to the ground, and they would won nothing because.
But also what he said, he changed his style of training to, instead of training to be a football player, he trains like a sprinter now too.
Okay. Probably put some muscle on and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude is fucking jacked. I mean, he's like damn Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport.
Yeah.
But
it's funny because he I think he was wasn't he also was a receiver in college too, like his dad, or
no, he was a running back.
He was a running back.
Yeah, running back. He was tutored to be a top 5 pick. Was he drafted in the top 5? He might have been. But I know he was at least like a top 10 prospect that year that he came out. Because Indy was looking at him as well that year. I forget who we ended up going. Maybe it was What did he come the year before Saquon or after?
Before.
The year before, yeah. I forget who we drafted that year, but we were looking at him. He was one of the. But I think
He from Stanford?
Oh, yeah, he's from Stanford. I think that
he
year.
He didn't play with Luck, right?
No.
Like he was around that same time.
He was after Luck.
Okay.
Yeah, he was after Luck. Yeah. But they definitely our scouts definitely were big fans of him. So I'm not surprised when he's healthy, he's just straight. He's a monster. But
it's funny how I didn't watch only on the Red Zone how I kept up with your game, Minos, but it's funny how like that game is always close and then you all just pull away at the end. Because it's a typical divisional battle.
Yeah.
Did Ayuk came back in the game, right?
Yep.
So he's good to go, you think, for Sunday?
They don't know yet.
Or no, tomorrow. That's
game time
Thursday.
Oh, you got a Thursday joint. Yeah.
We play the Giants on Thursday.
I think you'd be all right without them having Saquon. Wait, you know what? This is a true test for Danny Dimes. And we'll talk about that when we do our next week.
So how do you Kyron Williams kind of did his thing a little bit against y'all, but
our defense played like crap in the secondary. I mean, that one rookie, I don't know what is it,
Nakua something. Forget his name.
Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua. Yeah,
bro.
Nakua. I didn't want to actually say the wrong P word. But yeah, our secondary was giving up all kinds of shit because Matthew Stafford was just getting the ball out before we could even get to him.
Yeah, Puka Nakua and Tutu Atwell, they actually Tutu did his thing. Tutu did his thing.
Van Jefferson is basically non-existent at this point. I don't understand what happened with him.
I saw him make some critical drops in that game.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
And it looks like Tyler Higbee didn't do anything. So no. But it is what it is. Like typical NFC West clash.
Yeah.
It should have been. I mean, they had us on stats. If you look at all the stats across the board, they had us on like yards, first down, passing, all of it. But it's just
if and when Cooper Kupp returns, they're gonna be a little bit.
Yeah,
they're gonna be pretty decent. And
it's funny because obviously, like this same stat line that Puka put up against y'all would have been Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't translate necessarily to victories, obviously.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
There's
true.
too many other things that have to go.
Moving variables, yes.
And also with us, though, I mean, Stafford throws it 55 times, gets picked off twice. We throw it 25 times. I mean, Purdy didn't really do anything crazy with the ball, but we didn't have any turnovers. So that was the difference in the game. And also our – knock on wood, I'm pleasantly surprised our kicker's actually making kicks. Because I was getting mad in the preseason.
Oh, he was missing in the preseason, right? I think I saw.
He got hurt. He was, yeah.
Yeah. I think
funny is the Cowboys' former kicker went 3 for 3 on kicks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially
one of the most
game to be to fuck the spread in Vegas, right? For no reason.
One of the most frustrating things for me about George Kittle, man, is because he's so good at blocking, he's too boomer bust, man, when it comes to fantasy.
Exactly.
But like, he's gonna have some really monster games for y'all, and then other games he's gonna block so well. Like McCaffrey's liable to put up a 150 and 2.
It just depends on the team. I mean, right now we played 2 teams with decent linebackers.
I mean, I've said this from jump, and I know people come at me. I think he's the most complete tight end in the NFL. Some people don't agree with that. I mean, Kelsey is the man when it comes to like running routes, getting open.
But you don't really think of Kelsey as like a blocker. This is different than like I remember like back in the 90s, bro, when the Redskins used to run the 2 tight end sets, bro. And we had the Hogs and like guys were just blocking, bro.
That is the traditional tight end. You know what I'm saying?
It.
And that's what Kittle embodies. That's why like he's just complete.
Yeah,
it's a complete tight end now. But
and he's
fantasy wise. He's really boom and bust fantasy wise.
Yeah,
especially now that they've also developed new weapons with Ayuk being more consistent now. Obviously, there's Debo and Christian McCaffrey.
Debo had a nice game.
Yeah,
Debo had a nice game.
Yeah, he did. He did. So it's business as usual, huh, Minos?
Yeah, we just really. I mean, with the exception of that one big run play, we weren't really that explosive. I mean, so it wasn't like the week before against Pittsburgh where just everything was working. Like I said, Brock missed a few throws, but he cleaned up the mistakes from the week before in terms of the turnovers.
He's what? Now he's 7-0 as a starter?
Yeah, right? Or did he lose one last year?
7-0.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's 8-0 now.
It is pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
He hasn't lost in the regular season, knock on wood.
That's dope. Yeah. I mean, eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's about
to get it out of the way early.
Yeah, get it out of the way because it's when it counts. That's when you want him to.
You mean like the NFC Championship game where his elbow exploded?
That shit. That shit. So, but kudos to you. Looks like business as usual. Who do you guys got next week?
Giants.
Thursday. We just said that. Yeah, Thursday. So.
You guys is that in the Meadowlands?
No, thank God.
Oh, it's in Candlestick. It's a Candlestick. Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and move on. I'll just jump onto my game. We took on the division rivals, and the rookie rivals was setting up to be the battle of the rookie rivals. Colts at Texans. And we ended up winning 31-20. The score didn't reflect what that game really was. We literally dominated them the whole game. And I think later on, like in the fourth, we kind of let off the gas and they came back a little bit. But it was an impressive game. Unfortunately, the news went out in the second quarter. Anthony Richardson had a concussion, so he didn't finish the game. But he was off to a really hot start, really quick drives. And I think he got the concussion in that second run going into the end zone. He didn't see the guy coming, and he let up thinking he was going in free, and they hit him. And I think when he landed, the back of his head hit the turf.
It smacked the shit out of the ground.
Funny enough, after that, he goes in for like 2 or 3 more drives, and you could clearly see something was wrong. He was passing with his left hand, and and then he eventually was like, "Yo, coach, something's up."
Yeah, so, and mind you that all the NFL experts that are supposed to be watching for this completely missed all of it too.
Exactly.
After everything that happened to Tua last year, they still let him get back.
Exactly. But another great performance for the defense. The front seven is crazy. Front seven is really, really good. The D-line and the linebackers. I would say it's in my opinion, it's probably in the top 10 to 15. Just that section, the D-line and the linebackers, serious. But the secondary is still a little iffy. We drafted a rookie in the second round, Juju Brents, who was injured during the training camp. So he didn't really have very many snaps. He's healthy now. So they're trying to get him back into game shape and game speed and know what he's doing before they put him in. But that has resulted in the guy that's playing for him just getting toast, which is why Nico Collins had the game of his life. As you saw, he killed the game.
Yeah, I mean, CJ Stroud, I think he had almost 400 yards passing. But
Stroud is the real deal. The thing is, he's mobile, but he's your prototypical pocket passer. So when he gets under duress, you can get him.
I got a funny stat. I got a really funny stat, bro. We're actually at the top of this list, bro. But you guys are 4th in negative plays defensively. Out of 146 plays, you guys have caused 18 negative yardage plays, which is 12%. We are at the top of the list, surprisingly, with 120 plays. 21 of them have been for negative yards.
Oh, yeah. That D-line is crazy in Washington.
Yeah.
D-line is crazy.
I mean, that's so – they're just – like, the guys up front are doing what they're supposed to do. I'm surprised San Francisco's not on that list. I mean, they got to be in the top 10, but
yeah, I think this last game was what let them because of how well Williams played. Otherwise, they probably would have been. But
we didn't play well at all on Sunday.
Yeah, the D-line is in rare form. I love the way they're playing. The offense is starting to take form.
Zach Moss.
Hell of an upgrade from Deion Jackson.
Bro, he's the only guy who got a snap at running back.
Yeah, he took every snap but one, and I think that one snap was all receivers or something like that. And that's the first time in the NFL in like a couple of years that a running back has taken, which shows how much the game has changed. That does even like the big dogs don't take that many snaps.
So Deion Jackson's just done. Is he out of the loop?
Because now we recently signed Sermon to the practice.
Yeah, I saw that, bro.
Yeah, so I was going to bring that up. They're going to work him up.
To
be a backup of sorts. But it just makes you wonder if JT was in this offense, how much better or explosive this offense can be. Who
played well as a receiver for y'all on Sunday? Was it Pittman do well?
Michael Pittman was solid, and then we had a carousel of tight ends that played really well.
What's his name back? What's the
Ogletree or the other one?
Jelani Woods. Yeah, he's still hurt.
Yeah, he's on IR, so he's gonna miss either the first 4 or 6 games or something like that. But
good thing about Zach Moss is that he's able to catch passes, and so
exactly, so he doesn't have to come out, and he's decent at run blocking too. Pass blocking, so he doesn't have to come out. But yeah, like it's starting to take form. I want to see Anthony Richardson just play a whole game, be smart about taking hits and stuff like that, because that's part of his game. I understand. You just need to know when to go down, when to stick your head out. You know what I'm saying? So this week is going to be the real test because we're going to play the Ravens. That's a really solid defense, a Super Bowl contender, more or less. So how we play against them, gives us
is it mandatory that he's in the protocol for 1 week or no?
No, he just has to clear.
If he was a Thursday game, he couldn't play.
Yeah, if it was a Thursday game, he couldn't play. But he's eligible to possibly play on Sunday. So
he looked good, bro. He definitely looked good in that first half.
He did. I was pleasantly impressed. So far the first 2 weeks, he's actually shocked me at how much he's improving as a passer. Because that was his biggest, like everybody.
Funny thing,
sorry.
I was going to say the funny thing about Stroud is that he already has more 300-yard passing games than Justin Fields.
Dog, in 2 games.
Yeah.
Yo, dog, did you? First of all, we'll touch on Justin Fields' game. I think that man he's on that David Carr. He's scarred.
He's seeing ghosts.
He's scarred. That's what happened.
Good at fantasy, but
I saw a clip of one of the plays. And everyone was
wide open. Everybody was wide open.
He cocks his arm and just doesn't let it go.
I was like, dog, what are you doing? And it's just bad habits you pick up when you play behind a terrible offensive line for too long as a rookie. So hopefully he can fix it, but I don't know, man.
I don't think he's very good, man, which is crazy to say because
in college, he's the real deal.
Look, not everybody that comes out of Ohio State is good at football, man. It does not translate to the NFL.
How many times,
especially at quarterback?
How much shit have I been always talking about Ohio State quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think CJ Stroud is an exception.
Joe Burrow had to leave.
For the most part, you're right. For the most part, you're right. Yeah.
And honestly, for a while, I mean, I know they had like Maurice Claret, guys like that. Zeke. Mm-hmm. For a while, man, not every running back that came out of there was good either. Kind of like the FSU thing. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was encouraged by what I saw. They're definitely buying into Steichen's like culture of paying attention to detail and executing. That was the biggest knock on Frank Reich, was like he was too like soft on the players when they effed up. Like he'd always be more so of the cuddler as opposed to like, get this shit right. We need to get this shit right in order to win, that kind of thing. And you can kind of sense that the team is buying in. It's really early. I don't expect us to do too much. I just want to be competitive and consistently improving as the season goes. You know what I mean? So far so good. I've liked what I've seen him, even in the loss against the Jags. So we'll see. Ravens, I'll be there live. I'll show you all the footage when I'm there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to that game, so I'll have y'all. I'll be sending clips and stuff when I'm there. When I'm not in the moment, that is. So,
Herbie's going to the Bills Commanders game.
Oh, that's a good one. That should be a good
Yeah.
one. That should be a good one. Which segues up right into your game. How do you feel? First of all, I love the way your offense started to look as the game went.
Yeah, man. Obviously, the game did not start well. We were down 21-3 with the quickness.
Yeah.
Russ looked pretty good in the first. They had a really long touchdown to Marvin Mims.
Yeah.
But whatever we did to regroup, man, oh man, bro. First game since 2020 of 30 points. I mean, I'm not going to get sized. We got a long way to go, but the way we responded, the way Sam Howell's been responding to his mistakes,
he made some really good passes,
bro,
like elite
that
passes. He made some elite passes.
That one touchdown to McLaurin, bro.
Yes.
He put that thing right where it needed to be. And then, bro, Kareem Jackson trying to take out Logan Thomas.
I saw
second game in a row where he didn't get suspended, but they were playing rough, and I'm really pleased with Brian Robinson, man. Like, let's go, brother, let's go. And bro, even the screen game is on point right now.
Yeah.
2 21-yard screen passes. Gibson got in on the mix for 42 yards.
Yeah.
And I'm just the defense, bro. We're actually tied with Dallas right now for sacks in the NFL with 10. It was nice to see Chase Young back on a football field
doing his thing. So that's good.
So, and I mean, we can be so disruptive up front that, I mean, that's going to keep us in a lot of games, man. Like, I really feel like we're going to give Josh Allen hell on Sunday. I do.
Bruh.
We have an elite defense, man. If we can get our offense to click, because Sam Howell, man, like I said, he made some really good throws. He made some mistakes, but he did not turn the ball over, so that's huge.
So it's expected a little bit. So
yeah. So I mean, I just it's too soon to be like, oh, well, we finally have a franchise quarterback. But I like what I see.
Yeah. I'm gonna break it down to you as simply as possible. I know it's early.
Yeah.
But like, there's certain things I look for in teams to kind of know if there's a chance that they'll be making noise later on.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, are you physical in the trenches?
Mm-hmm.
Like a D-line, O-line holding it down. And then you go into the actual aspects of those, go from the inside out. So the defense clearly is doing its job. Offense isn't quite there yet, but you can actually see flashes of it clicking. Once the offense starts clicking and you have those areas, that's what makes San Francisco so dangerous.
Yeah.
In the trenches, they are gangster as hell, and they're clicking on the outside, which is why they will be in the picture at the end. This is the second year in a row where they're banging. So
it's the division we're in a tough division, man. Obviously, that's playing 2 times against the Eagles, the Cowboys. Obviously, I mean, Micah Parsons is the best player in the NFL right now.
Straight up.
Like that, but however, we could split those games.
Yeah,
it's a
division.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Speaking of the Eagles, did y'all hear that dumbass lady at Chickies and Pete's?
No, what happened?
I think I sent it to. I said that to Naeem. Somehow how she spelled it.
Doing the Eagles chant.
I did see that. I saw that during the week, and I said that to my boy.
Is that a real thing? That's a real thing.
Yeah. And her man behind her was just kind of like, oh, you misspelled it, bitch. Ego.
I sent that to my boy who has he has a contract with the Eagles in Ghana that they.
Oh yeah.
So I sent it to him just to troll. He was laughing.
Man,
that shit was pitiful, but it was funny as hell.
Yo, and that lady scared the shit out of me, man. You got to warn people when you got lowercase teeth and uppercase gums, man.
Yeah. So honestly, it's early, but the Commanders can make some noise. I think you're seeing, the foundation of where if things kind of develop from the inside out.
Well, you know what the difference is? The difference has to be EB on offense. He has to be 100%, the reason why we have so much potential because
100%.
If Terry McLaurin can get back to like how he was and like I think it was his second year where he kind of broke out.
Crazy.
Even back-to-back games, like Cole Turner has caught one pass in each game, but each of those throws was like a huge, like probably like third down conversion. Like watch out for Cole Turner, bro. I don't know if it's gonna be this year. I hope it is.
Yeah.
But we have guys that can make plays, and it's just been so long since we've had this much hope.
Balanced team like that, yeah. So,
that's adorable.
This guy.
This guy. Yeah. Don't we play on New Year's Eve? Or that was last year?
No, we do play on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all do play each other this year.
He said he wants to go to the parade, but he's not going to go because there's no parade the next day or something.
Oh, that's the one in Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so we could do a watch along if you're not going to go. We could do a watch along in here.
Yeah, I wish I could go. I hope it's on TV here. Well, no, I can't do a watch along because I'm gonna be at the Eagles game then.
It's funny, bro. If this was under the Dan Snyder era, I would say that the game against the 49ers feels like a 40-10 drubbing.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different. Yeah.
I do already miss the days of getting like $30 tickets for row 1 in the lower level.
Yeah.
Tell me
how, bro. Now
row 2,
probably like
$38 Monday Night Football.
Oh, really?
Back
with Vernon Davis and Anquan Bolden and
those days. Yeah.
From Maryland, baby.
Maryland, baby. I used to see that dude all the time on campus.
I forgot you went there.
Yeah, I used to see that.
Yeah.
That dude. Pause.
Talking about Bolden or Vernon Davis?
Vernon Davis.
You remember when Vontae? What's his name? Vontae retired at halftime, bro.
Yeah, when it was the Bills.
Yeah, that's his brother. Well, he retired at halftime.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, man. That was.
He's like, nope. I'm done with this.
I saw a vision. It was time. I was like, well then. But yeah, I used to see Vernon a lot on camp from time to time. That dude looked like a straight Trojan warrior. Like,
yeah,
just like
he kind of strikes me as like somebody who's probably still involved in coaching in some form, right?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what he does, and I think back then he was doing some roids.
Yeah, no, because he lost weight to be a lot more flexible when he came to Philly. To San Fran. When he was in college, he was, bruh. Man, he looked like them old school, he looked like he belonged in like a Roma movie, ready to fight a
You know what? That's back around the time when with Sean Merriman and whatnot.
Yep.
Used to play over there.
They were there around the same time. Yep.
And we had a good team back then.
Yep.
But actually, we're 3-0 this year.
And Sean Merriman also on roids.
Yeah, he was. After they caught him, he was never the same. Lights out. But he was a beast. He was a beast when he played.
Yeah, it wasn't the lights out logo. It was the damn needle going into his
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. Yeah, but nah, we'll try and delay the Eagles game for see if what's his face can hop on time. So we'll just run down some of the other games.
Because the Eagles. Hold on.
The Vikings,
it was that Thursday night game.
It was a Thursday night game. Yeah, it was a Thursday night game.
I left after the first quarter because
I remember you were walking home that day. You're like,
I was like, man, I got shit to do in the morning, man.
And they allowed them to come back. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But Dolphins at the Patriots. That was a 24-17 victory. Understandable, it's a division game. To the Finns.
Rest in peace to that Patriots fan that got
killed. You saw that? It was hard to make out on the video like what actually happened, but
the Dolphins fan there was a fight going on, and the Dolphins fan punched a dude, and they said he hit his head real hard on the pavement, and suffered some, emergency at the stadium and then at the hospital, and he died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tough.
That's crazy.
Actually,
with other fans is not fucking worth your life. It's just a fucking game that we don't play.
Fucking game, dog.
That's something that would happen at like the Dodgers Giants game.
Yeah.
Well, that has happened multiple times at Giants games.
For sure.
Here in Philly, you don't really see shit like that because usually if there is a fight, too fucking drunk to even make a connection.
Mm-hmm. That's sad. It was also typical at one time when the Niners and the Raiders would play each other. So they try to avoid having them play each other as much as possible, unless it's time. Like there's usually a lot of security.
Son, back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
What was going on out there?
That shit was crazy. Yeah.
Shit.
So,
yep. But it was it's kind of difficult to see Bill Belichick in this way because, brother, we can get into this debate on another time, but Tom wins the argument. Okay, it's because of Tom.
At this point, is more or less glaring that way, because he hasn't made the playoffs since Tom, has he? No.
I feel like they made it the year after he left.
I thought he did in Mac Jones's first year.
Yeah, I think they were like 10-6.
Jack shit.
But bro, Ramondre does not look good right now, and I mean Hunter Henry's making plays, but they're in trouble. Miami is they're too explosive. They're too explosive for that kind of a game.
Yeah. The offense looks hella stagnant, dog. I don't know what's going on, but you're right. They look like the Patriots before the emergence of Tom. Granted, Tom also had a period where he was more or less a game manager, but clutch.
Oh, for sure. It's weird. It's weird when you say that. I mean, because he was, but when you look at his Super Bowls, bro, he's throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, going that first year, he was very. I mean, he came in the middle of the season, but he was very pedestrian. They didn't put too much on his plate. One thing he's always had, even though he wasn't like the elite all-star guy, is he's always been clutch. So like in the moment, he will make the right play. Yeah. Even when they weren't putting too much on his plate. That was.
I mean, I couldn't even believe how strong his arm was. Not going to say not last year. Although he, at times, bro, at 45 years old, the throws that he was making, unbelievable.
TB12.
TB12, man.
But as far as Miami goes, like, Mike McDaniel's a good coach, man. He's been in the NFL for a long time. I don't know what tree he was under, but he's, I think he's
Shanahan.
Yeah, okay, so Shanahan.
Makes sense.
So I mean, he's young. The NFL is about young coaches now, man. It's a new era. All the old dudes, there ain't no Marv Levy's anymore. Like those dudes are all gone.
Is he from Shanahan Senior or your Shanahan?
My Shanahan.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
and he was in Washington too.
Yeah, he sure was. They all were.
Wow.
They all were, dude. McVay, Shanahan, McDaniel.
Yep.
They were all together.
Man.
Can't make it.
Crazy. He looks like Logic. You know Logic the rapper?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like him, doesn't he?
Hey, we got a minority compensatory draft pick for that hire. So.
Oh, wowzers! Funny guy, but I think Miami. We all picked Miami as more or less the ones to win that division, unless Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo. I don't know. I'm still sticking with Miami at this point. We'll see. But
it's weird. I don't know what Miami's doing with Devon Achane yet. It's
They're
funny
trying to work him in slowly because he was hurt.
While Mostert is healthy, right for now.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah.
And so did Ahmed looked good too before he got hurt.
So I think Achane will spell those carries or touches that Ahmed was getting. So but I'm looking forward to see how he plays in a more consistent role because I don't know how fast Mostert is, but Achane is also
22.6 miles per hour.
He is fast. He's pretty fast.
Yeah, he is. What's his 40 time? Do you know? Do you remember?
His 40 time, I don't know, but I
know Achane is like a 4.32 or 4.31. He's pretty damn fast.
Mostert's got that long speed, man.
That track, that 200 meter speed.
That's what he did. That's what
speaking of which,
you ran 200 meters?
There you go. How funny would it be if Matt Breida played like an angry game against y'all on Thursday, and he scored like twice or something.
I know.
That ain't happening.
He said that ain't happening.
Breida has. I mean, I expect him to still do well because he's quick, but Breida hasn't been the cheetah in a while now. He's had a lot of leg injuries.
He's been in the league forever, man. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he play with Miami for a minute? He's been around.
Yeah, he did.
We traded him to Miami.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been around. He was over there, I think, when Kenyon Drake was there. No, he's been around.
Yeah,
he's been around.
Yeah, because with the emergence of Mostert, we traded Breida.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I remember that one time he had a 3-touchdown game for y'all. That's all I remember about him.
Yeah, the flashes.
That Super Bowl year, I mean, him and Breida were fast as fuck, man.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mostert had a long, I think it was a catch on Sunday. He looked okay, but again, he's just, you know what you're going to get with Mostert.
He's finally looking healthy.
I think, yeah, you're right. You're right. Anyway, the Jets get routed out by the Cowboys. Josh Wilson is terrible.
Oh, yeah, Zach.
Did I say Josh? Who's Josh?
He's garbage.
Who's Josh Wilson?
Bro, he's the one that played with the Cardinals that's out of the league now?
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, I'm not just pulling that name out of my ass.
Josh Rosen.
Somebody was,
Josh Rosen. That's Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
He was all hyped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, Zach Wilson is terrible. If I were them,
he's garbage, bro. They're gonna have to bring. They're gonna have to like trade us for Brissett or something. I don't know what they're gonna do, but
I think they should trade for Jameis.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you know what I like to see about Jameis, man? He was like shaking the hands of everybody before the game, and like he's just a very like charismatic dude, man. And I want to see him do. I want to see Jameis do well, man.
I think he's talented.
Yeah.
I think he's good enough to. I'm not sure if he can be elite at this point, but he's good enough to start. It's a lot of teams. So
and he gives us some funny ass video clips too. So.
Oh yeah. Hey, Jameis crab legs, dude, and you like to eat the W.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't leave him on a scooter abandoned in the middle of campus.
Did you see what Deshaun Jackson was like when he saw? He was like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
They had D-Jax on the bus?
They had D-Jax that year.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious, man. Oh man. But yeah, Michael Parsons and the crew just ran right through him, man. It was.
So they decimated the two pieces of shit in New York.
Yeah, Dak played well. I'd say he had a good game.
I actually just traded my brother in one of my leagues. I traded him Pollard straight up for CeeDee Lamb.
Ha! That's funny.
I mean, I feel like it's an even trade, but CeeDee Lamb went off. CeeDee Lamb went off. It was nice to see that, but you know, it's just the Jets, bro. I will say that considering it is the Jets, I think the Dallas. You know, their offense played pretty well against Jets defense.
Yeah. You got to give them credit for that.
I was surprised to see Garrett Wilson with that long touchdown. I don't know what the hell happened there.
Yeah. One thing is always guaranteed about that. Zach will always find Garrett.
Yeah. I would imagine Diggs was probably covering him on that. You know how he likes to give up long touchdowns.
You give up the long one. You make plays, but you give up the long one for sure.
Mm-hmm. But they keep talking about Michael Parsons like being the MVP. Like obviously that's not likely, but he's playing lights out.
He's balling. He's balling, man.
Well, yeah, one he wanted the Defensive Player of the Year last year that Bosa got. 2, it's a contract year.
He's running his mouth. He was talking trash to Dotson. Jahan Dotson posted something about being 2-0, and of course Michael Parsons fired back and said, you know, I see you, or I can't wait, or something like that. I think we play on Thanksgiving and probably at the end of the year. I'm not sure when, but it's gonna be a good game.
Should be a good game, yeah. G-men at the Cardinals, they sneaked this one out. I feel like the Cardinals are purposely dropping these games, dog. They be going up scores and they're like, wait, we're supposed to suck. We want to draft early.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Because there's no way. I saw Danny Dimes to come back. What was it? 28 unanswered points?
Yeah, man. They were down like 21-0. Like I got home because like after golf, you know, half price seafood at Hooters. So, you know, we were at Hooters for a bit. I come home lit and I thought I was reading the screen wrong.
Yeah. They came down. It was a sick comeback. I'm like, bro, how do you have your foot on their throat all the anyway, we did that last year. Let me not talk. But
it happens.
But yeah, let's see if they can. Well, I was gonna say let's see if they can sustain it. But they losing Saquon for what 3 weeks? I don't know how that changes the dynamic of the offense. It's gonna force Danny Dimes to actually play quarterback based on his contract because he's getting paid really well. He should be able to sustain 3 weeks without Saquon.
One thing that can hopefully help us in this game, though, with the Giants, John Feliciano, one of their offensive linemen from last year, is on our team now.
I see. Look
Jalen
out for
Hyatt
that
had two long catches.
Yeah. I was just about to say, look out for him. I was going to look out for that rookie guy, Hyatt. He's a burner. He's a burner.
Man, I was trying to think about that, how I knew who he was. I was talking to Herb about it because he's a Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
And I put 2 and 2 together, bro, because during that game against Alabama, I was like, man, this Hyatt guy, he probably has like 50 fantasy points.
Yep.
Bro, he went off in that game.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, that's the same dude, man. He's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, he is. He does.
It's always hard in year one as a rookie receiver, but, you know, if he can be with the same quarterback, you know, next year.
I agree. I think at some point his snaps are going to increase. I don't think he gets that many snaps yet. But I mean, you start proving yourself a little more. The coach has no choice but to play you more, you know. So
well, for some reason, Slayton feels like he's been there for 10 years. Probably gets more, you know. Right. And then they have Hodgins, Isaiah. I think Waller actually stayed on the field for the whole game.
Yeah, he played okay. He made some critical catches, especially in the comeback. And then obviously they have this guy as well. The guy Paris Campbell is also.
Yeah. Did he play? Did he play well?
He had a few catches. So it's going to be interesting to see how they divvy up those snaps between those receivers because they're all very similar, speedy guys. So
I feel like Saquon every season, bro. Every season, Saquon.
Them soft tissue injuries. Anyway, what was this one? Ankle
I don't
or
even
knee
know.
or muscle? It was ankle. Okay.
Oh, is it ankle?
Is it the same one he had surgery on? Oh, they didn't say.
I don't remember.
Okay. He's a beast, though. Goodness.
Actually, I feel like I don't know when we play the Giants, but Saquon, Danny Dimes and more than Saquon, we always have trouble with him, man. You remember when he had that like 99-yard run against us and he fell?
Yeah, like right at the end zone. I think it resulted in a field goal or something like that.
Yeah.
You remember? It's like, no, you ran all that way.
Was that in Philly? For some
was that?
Or did he do that in Philly too?
He probably he did that against us, I know, but
yeah, his line was so bad he was kind of like Justin Fields for a second. Like all he did was like run.
Well, in this game he had like 60 yards too.
Yeah,
he went out the game.
He was a better passer than Fields, but
all you could see at one point it was the Giants have gone 6 quarters without a touchdown or something or without any points, and then they exploded with all those points.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like, is this something that's gonna stay like this, or
for the Cardinals or the Giants?
Giants. The Cardinals are gonna suck. They want to pick. They want to jettison
Marvin.
Little man. What's his face? I forget his name.
Caleb Williams?
No, their quarterback.
Kyler.
Oh
Kyler,
God.
Kyler.
I think gonna play? What is his problem?
They want to pick Caleb Williams.
What's wrong with Kyler? Why I don't understand why he's not playing right now. What did he have? ACL?
Yeah, he tore his ACL at the end of the season.
Okay. They're saying
he might be able to play the last.
He's got an ego. They say he has an ego.
All right. I've never been. He's good at fantasy. I've never been sold on him. I don't like his game. I feel like he's too small for the NFL.
Yeah.
But he's got a lot of proving to do. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But they traded. They got rid of everyone anyway. So.
Yeah, he has no help. Practically has no help.
Why? I don't. If I'm Connor, like I'm out of there, bro. Like let me go somewhere else.
Yeah. Is this his contract year, or he has? I don't even know how much longer Connor has.
I'm not sure. I mean, if Hollywood Brown is probably mad too because.
Yeah, expecting him and D-Hop
over there, and now everybody's gone. Coach gone.
It's actually surprising to see Zach Ertz. I don't know what he did yet on Sunday, but he got a lot of targets against us, man. He's
pleasantly
surprised because he was hurt too in camp.
Yeah, he tore his.
They were talking about
last year.
Well. Yeah, they were talking about Trey McBride and some other scrub dude. But Zach Ertz is like the number one tight end right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Next game. This is actually might have been one of the games of the week. The Packers at the Falcons. It was 24-25. That shit was. Both teams actually look good.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams actually look good. Yeah, Jordan Love looks good.
Except for that quarterback sneak, man. What the fuck was that?
Oh, dude, you saw that?
You need the ball, homie.
It's funny because I haven't seen Desmond Ritter's arm too much. He's got some quick legs on him, though.
Oh, I didn't know he had that. I did not know he was that quick.
Yeah.
In that game, I was like, oh, this man got some wheels. Okay.
I got to tell you, though, man, Bijan, bro, this man is out here looking like Barry Sanders.
He reminds me of Shady McCoy, that little cut that he
that jump cut.
Yeah. Man, he was.
It's funny, though, because the Falcons ran the ball. Like, Algiers out here getting 16 carries. Like, they got a really strong run game, man.
And their pass catches, like Drake London had a good game.
Yeah, he did.
Kyle Pitts was decent. And then who's the third guy? Jonnu Smith actually is on their team now. He played well too. Yeah, Jonnu Smith is on there. He was actually playing well. He actually played well too.
I'm trying to think who they have. Who's their second receiver?
I don't even know. I should probably look at that. But I actually kind of was paying attention to that game. It was a good one. Might have been one of the best of the week. Because I was like, oh wait, the Packers are they look pretty damn good without
what's his name? The rookie Jaden Reed. Is it Jaden Reed?
Yeah, he caught a touchdown. He had a decent game.
He had two. I think he had two touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a decent game. Yes. Funny enough, he only passed to two wide receivers, and then the rest of the passes.
Really?
The rest of the passes were the two tight ends.
Yeah,
Gonu and Pitts, and then obviously Bijan Robinson got it. The other wide receiver they passed to is Mac Hollins.
Oh, they do have him.
The tall. He almost looks like a tight end. He's big. So
he came from the Raiders.
Yeah. So
that's weird. Like I feel like Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta. I'm actually really looking forward to the game we're going to, bro.
Yeah,
I want to see Bijan.
Funny enough, John, I think that's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah, I feel like Atlanta can sneaky win this division.
I think so too. They have a shot.
It is pretty wide open down there.
Yeah, they have a shot.
It is. Did the Saints won yesterday, right?
They did.
They
did.
It's weird. I mean, Desmond Ridder, like I said, I haven't really seen his arm, but he's got some growing to do. But I mean, if he pans out for them, obviously they got rid of Mariota. Is on the Eagles now, right?
Yep.
So I mean, they had enough confidence to get rid of Mariota and go with him.
And also, Mariota became kind of a bitch when he got benched over there too. He kind of
They didn't show that. They didn't really show that on quarterbacks. Because they covered that because he's on there. But he probably wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, he's with the Eagles now.
But he got hurt. He got hurt last year, and then because he was playing well before he got hurt.
Yeah. Chiefs versus the Jaguars, 17-19. That was like a defensive game. Chris Jones came in and already he didn't miss a step.
Yep.
Hey, here's a funny stat. Negative yard stat. Offense. Number 1. Chiefs. 5 negative yardage plays out of 123. 4%.
Wow. They just moved forward, huh? Damn Mahomes.
That was a rough game, dude. Fantasy-wise, obviously, I'm upset because Trevor Lawrence had a terrible game, bro.
Yeah, he did. Really gave me nothing.
I don't know what to feel about Pacheco, bro. Like, he's bro, especially in the Super Bowl, he's so quick, but he doesn't really. They just like to score touchdowns.
They don't give the ball to the running back at critical times. I stay away from the running backs. It's not.
Yeah, it was nice to see Sky Moore actually do something, but
finally.
But we got bench him, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not startable, man. It's weird. Like maybe best ball, but
yeah,
man,
he's
you
not
just never know. I mean, I think Kelsey was on a pitch count, but
he still did
that game, bro, that game should have been like 31-30.
Yeah, you would think
17-9
with those high-powered offenses, but
Vegas made a call, man.
Yeah, Chris Jones made a difference coming back after he got paid. So shout out to their defense. Yeah. Seahawks 37, Lions 31.
I was shocked at that shit.
Hey.
I mean,
how about Tyler Lockett, bro? Still doing it.
Doing it.
Still doing it.
He actually kind of cost me a game. I played someone that had him. He had 2 touchdowns.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Metcalf. I saw Metcalf got hurt and then came back, but lost Monty. I lost Monty in fantasy. That's gonna be weird for Jahmyr Gibbs because they're not gonna put the workload on him. So they have Craig Reynolds is the backup. We don't know anything about him, but
nothing.
Bro, how about Josh Reynolds, dude? He's like, I don't know it's weird. Like, Jared Goff is getting him the ball, man.
How about Jared Goff in that as a whole? He's transitioned to actually a solid quarterback now.
Yes.
I think maybe he just lost his confidence hard with McVay and McVay was probably talking to him in a way where he was just, I mean, you remember when he got drafted, man, what was the stupid shit that he didn't know? Time zones or something like that?
Oh, dude.
That was the Hard Knocks. Yeah.
Are you talking about Goff? Or McVay? That was
Yeah.
And so trying to play for McVay where you need to have like a really high IQ for that complexity.
It's funny you say that, bro, because McVay, somebody had asked him like a time. He gave him like a time of a game. What play was it? And he would literally read off the play from that game and what happened in the play. Like he's got a really good memory. So
he's like LeBron. LeBron is like that.
Mm-hmm.
He can literally tell you everything that happened. It's like what?
Fucking Jared Goff didn't know if the sun rises in the east or sets in the west.
Oh yeah, something like that. I do remember that.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. Like, if he keeps playing like this, they're obviously the front runners to win that division. I mean, Green Bay's playing well, but
Minnesota 0-2. I didn't see.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Laporta. I mean, he's only played 2 games as a rookie, but he's running a lot of routes. He's running a lot of routes.
He's looking good, man. He's looking good. I try to see if he was available in some of my leagues.
Oh, really?
He's taken.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you can start him, bro. Like he's
absolutely. He's
definitely run there. I would be all off season. Like when I was doing my research, they were hyping him up. Like, oh, he looks good in camp. Like he's supposed to be really good. And so far so good. I mean, obviously St. Brown is going to do what he does, but that game. I guess. I mean, look, Geno Smith is still throwing the football pretty well. So I mean, that's. I'm surprised.
I was shocked at that result. I was also shocked at this one. Chargers 24, Titans 27. I didn't see that coming.
No.
I'm trying to think what happened.
But isn't Brandon Stanley supposed to be a defensive
overtime? That was an overtime game.
Oh, let me think here.
The crazy thing is, I don't think the Chargers turned the ball over, but they still lost. It's kind of crazy.
Well, man, how about like Keenan Allen, bro? Like this dude has been forever.
I thought he was about to fade out. But he's off to a hell of a start. So
I don't know when Eckler comes back. I need him back. Josh Kelly, bro, is just not a good running back.
Yeah.
Josh Kelly's not good. So the Chargers are weird, man. They always win stupid games like that. They beat the Texans or the Titans?
They lost.
Oh, they lost.
They're 0-2.
Woo!
They're 0-2. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what their problem is because they're
Tannehill.
Talent.
Did Tannehill play well? Tannehill played well on Sunday?
He was okay. He did. Like percentage-wise, he only had 4 incomplete passes.
Oh, wow.
Like
I saw he ran one in. He ran one in.
He did. Yeah, ran one in. And Derrick Henry had a pedestrian game. Like
I know.
But they still won. And it's crazy because, again, the Chargers didn't turn the ball over, but they lost, which means either the defense is trash or their special teams did something. I didn't watch that game, so I don't know how they scored, but it was probably a little bit of everything. Like special teams did something well, or maybe their starting position was bad or something like that. But they lost, and they're 0-2 now. So,
oh boy,
yeah.
So the Chiefs. See, this is what happens, dude. The Chiefs start out the season slow, but everyone else keeps losing, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter in that division. It doesn't matter in that division. It's true. So, and then when they pick up, it's curtains.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that was an interesting one. And then the Ravens 27, the Bengals 24. I thought the Ravens was going to rout this one, but I guess it's fair. It's a division game. Because I still think the Bengals are there. I don't think
it's just like you said, bro. I mean, you hit it spot on when you're talking about Joey B.
Yeah.
He's just not he tweaked his calf.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they just need to sit him out until he's ready to go.
Until he's ready to come back in, yeah.
Obviously, like people have figured
out and pop an Achilles.
Yeah, I mean, people have figured out Jamar Chase already. So if Joey B's not a tip top, shape, Jamar Chase is basically non-existent.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Obviously T Higgins had a game.
T Higgins is the real threat because he's the actual real route runner out of the bunch, and obviously he's got the height as well. So, but you're right. If I were them, I'd have him recover properly and make sure he's ready. Then actually have a season-ending injury where
behind that line, man. His line.
And you're gonna end up repeating. You're gonna end up repeating this all over again because then he has a season-ending injury. He's rehabbing all the way into training camp or something. He's gonna miss snaps in training camp again. Like, be smart about it.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Bears 17, Buccaneers 27. How about
Fields is trash.
How about what's his face? Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. How about Mike Evans, bro? This dude's out here putting up 170 yards or something crazy.
I know. Baker Mayfield is one more game since the Browns signed Deshaun Watson than the Browns have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's playing better.
I saw that.
Deshaun.
I saw the little side by side between him and Deshaun Watson,
he's getting paid like $240 million less. He has 27 less rape charges, all that stuff.
You're a fool. But anyway, we'll get to that game too. But that was Ravens. I thought the Ravens were going to beat them by a little bit of a margin, but I gotta give them respect. It's a division game. So regardless of how it is, it's gonna be a slugger, especially in that division. So, and then we got that was the Bears and Bucks. Sorry, obviously the Bears are trash, so they routed, and that was the game we were talking. That was the game we were talking about where Fields had like 4 open people and he decided to run. So
being ghost.
Yeah, seriously. Raiders 10, Bills 38.
Expected.
Nothing even sticks out for me in that game, except for Latavius Murray, his old ass.
Yeah, he's still playing.
Stealing goal line carries from James Cook.
James Cook, man.
Well, it's a revenge game. Latavius Murray against the Raiders.
That's true. Right. That is where he started his career. Didn't he start it over there?
Yep. He did.
And Jimmy went Jimmy.
During Derek Carr's era, right? That's when he was there, I think.
But back when they had Amari Cooper.
Yep, that time. AC/DC.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
You remember that?
I had that connection one year in fantasy, bro. I feel like there was one game where like Cooper went off and I got like 90 points from like them, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Prime Derek Carr was.
He was MVP candidate. He was crazy.
He was good one season.
Yeah. And then obviously we got the Saints at the Panthers. That was a close game. Bryce Young didn't do too well. Expected. It was more of a.
Did you see the one play where he lines up behind his right guard instead of the center?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's starting to get a little rattled.
I mean, it happens.
Already?
Yeah. I mean, he's running for his life.
Yeah, he doesn't. His line is terrible. He's always getting hit.
And it doesn't help that he's the size of Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's the prediction on him? Because he did, out of all the rookie quarterbacks, he obviously looks the worst.
Yeah, he's struggling.
And so, what do we think? What do we think is going to happen?
Wide receiver weapon was traded to get him.
Yeah.
Well, and his line is horrible. He just looks. Looks like he's running for his life sometimes before the play calls for it.
Well, think about it. Like their top receiver is a washed up Adam Thielen. Okay, so Adam Thielen was good 4 years ago in Minnesota. Like DJ Chark is always hurt.
Yeah.
Jonathan Mingo, I don't really know much about him, but he's
a rookie.
Supposed to be.
I wouldn't. He's a poor man's AJ Brown, but his route tree
whatever happened to Terrace Marshall? Wasn't he supposed to be good?
He's supposed to. Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
You know what Terrace Marshall is, bro? He is Todd Sharp. Remember, every year Todd Sharp was supposed to be good for the Titans.
For the Titans,
and he never was, bro. He would get you like 6 points in fantasy.
Yeah, no,
so
seriously.
The Panthers are probably going to be 3-14 this year or something crazy.
They're gonna pick. Yeah, they're gonna pick early again. So,
100%.
yeah, they might.
Miles Sanders, like
he played well. He had a good game. I think.
I think he had. His stat line was garbage, bro. As far as I'm concerned.
Oh, it wasn't. It was only the first week that he did well. Then it was week
1. I think he had like 16 carries for like 56 yards. There's nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
I don't know about Miles Sanders, bro. I really don't. Chuba Hubbard, same thing. Like even when Chuba had his chance when CMC was hurt, bro, he did nothing with it.
He's more of a run. He's more of a passing guy. Like he's not really a running back. He's more of that screen type.
He had a couple games, but it's the Panthers are just bro. That's a game you could probably spend $30 on to sit behind the bench.
Right.
I actually want to check their stadium out. It looks like a cool stadium.
Cool stadium. Yeah.
Man, it's one of the oldest in the league. Man, that thing's a dump.
Is it really?
The Panthers one.
I guess I just want to go to Carolina.
Yeah, friends of mine went to back when Kaepernick was still playing, when we had the playoff game down there, and they were like, "Yeah, man, they were like, Candlestick was nicer."
Wow, the old
time out. That year, who was that quarterback for the Panthers that year?
Cam.
That was Cam Newton. Okay.
Yeah.
Smoke.
I forgot all about Cam, dude. That's probably the year they went 15-1.
Probably. Because if they were home, it's
they
probably
were
that
home
year.
against us that year.
Yeah, it's probably that year. Yeah. The Browns 22, Steelers 26.
Bro.
Like I said, I don't know how. I looked at both of those rosters. I'm like, the Steelers have no business winning this game. The Browns.
Their defense, bro. It's all the defense.
The Browns have a really good defense, not as good as the Steelers, but they have a good defense. They have really good offensive weapons. They have a top 3 best offensive line in the league. Their quarterback though has fallen off. He tries to play hero ball. He's not accurate. I don't know what happened to him. But
who?
What's his face? Watson.
Oh yeah. Did you see his stat line? He had like. It wasn't even actual football stats. He
had like 3 fumbles, sacked 4 times.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great that he had those 2 penalties for putting his hands where he's not supposed to?
Grabbing a face mask, who? How?
He was grabbing face mask without consent.
Twice.
So we are probably like 6 or 7 games into his comeback. At what point are we going to say that he's just not?
He's not.
It's a different. It's a completely different system too. And
it is.
In Houston, it was complete hero ball. In Stefanski's offense, it's motion. It's more similar to like Cousins, Kyle Shanahan type shit. And it's just
I don't know. I don't necessarily know how much they're going to have to switch things up now that Chubb is out. Which we don't even want to talk about that.
Dog,
I never want to see that again, brother.
Yeah. I hope he comes back.
You watched the replay?
Ooh, yeah. I think he tore everything.
You know what that reminded me of? You remember when Gordon Hayward got hurt with the Celtics?
Oh, when he snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
So if you see the picture from his college injury, it's LCL, MCL, ACL. I mean, how is Nick Chubb going to be able to come back and play football the same way?
Willis McGahee and Frank Gore did.
I mean, so did he. He did tear everything.
Yep.
He tore everything.
So, I mean, I don't know much about Jerome Ford.
He's fat. That's about it.
He's fast.
Fat or fast?
Fast.
He's fast.
Yeah, he's definitely fast. It was he had like a really long touchdown catch. But we'll see, man. The Browns I feel like because of their defense, they're going to probably be in some. But I just don't think Watson's the guy, man.
No, he's passing the ball the way we expected Anthony Richardson to pass the ball as a rookie.
Yeah.
He's missing his targets. Like, it's bad.
You got to get the football. You have to listen. I'm not going to write home about David Njoku, but you got to get him the ball, bro.
He's a mismatch. Just get him the ball.
Right.
And
you see that dude with his shirt off, bro? That dude is like jacked. Like, you got to get him the football, bro.
Bruh. And they have Elijah Williams. I said Elijah Moore.
Yeah.
Who's also, shout out to Will. Will is in the chat. What's up, Will?
But yo, man, Pittsburgh in a game in Pittsburgh on Monday night, Steelers just don't lose.
Funny guy. I will not shave. But
is Pickens is going to be a problem all year. Deontay comes back after 4 games, I think. Jalen Warren is getting. I feel like, I don't know. We've said it probably. I mean, in the fantasy world, we've been talking about Najee Harris for a while.
Yeah,
Jalen Warren is going to have that job probably by the end.
I think it's going to because he's just more explosive. He offers more, given what they have.
But that defense, bro, that defense got me 28 in fantasy.
It's killer.
What did they had? That it was a pick 6 to start the game, and then T.J. Watt ran it in, right?
Yeah, he did.
And he also broke the sack record.
He broke the sack record for Pittsburgh. Broke James Harrison. So I'm like, bro,
you saw what
Tomlin has no business winning this game, but he did.
You saw what his brother said, talking about, and he's right. I think I mean, obviously you're biased, Minos, but he's like, my brother is the best in the game. Stop asking. It is what it is.
Who said that? TJ.
Well,
KJ said
he is. TJ can drop into coverage. Bosa can't.
Yeah. Do you think that was a dirty hit by Minka?
Micah Parsons is the best defender in the league right now.
Yeah.
Do
you think that was a dirty hit by Minka on Chubb?
No, I don't think so. They're taught to tackle that way.
I mean, you can't hit the head.
Especially if the runner is a bruiser and you're a DB, you're taught to try and go low.
And it's in the pile, with dudes. He was going right at his quad.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, Nick
just
Chubb.
A freak accident.
He posts videos of squatting like what 9,000 in off season. What are you gonna do?
Dude is
hit him high?
Monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just.
I wish him all the best. I wish he comes back strong and like. But
he probably will.
I think it's gonna take him a while to come. Especially if he's torn everything, it's gonna take a while to come back.
Yeah, I mean, he probably won't be back until like next year, mid-season, bro. Right?
Yeah.
But you remember when AP tore his ACL and he came back and he almost broke Eric Dickerson?
Was in rare form. Yeah.
Don't forget, back in what was it, 95, Rod Woodson tears his ACL week 1, and then comes back 5 months later and plays in the Super Bowl and kind of locks up Michael Irvin for a bit.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 95 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that game.
That's another legend, dog. A legendary DB. He was elite cornerback and an elite safety.
Yep.
Whew.
Hey, is that the year that the Steelers had Neil O'Donnell?
Yeah.
He threw more passes to the Cowboys than he did the Steelers. My brother is still about that.
Y'all remember Cordell Stewart, bro?
Yep.
The slasher. What was this?
Yeah.
What was the name they gave him?
Slash.
Yeah.
He came out of Michigan, I think.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Was it Colorado? Yeah, Colorado.
Oh, it was Colorado.
It was Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Speaking of Colorado,
Nancy Thigpen, I think.
Shout out to Dion.
Bro, I saw Tyreek. There was a picture of him talking about because he was hanging out with some rappers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, well, I wish people need to come out and see the Dolphins. It's crazy what Dion's doing, bro.
Yeah, he's bringing it. Like it's kind of like,
bro, a movie. It's a movie.
It's a movie. It's like the Atlanta Falcons of the '90s all over again. Remember that?
Yes.
But in the college form. Yeah.
It's funny though, because like back then, bro, everybody hated Dion, bro. Because he was so like flashy.
Yep. Just flashy. He was
I loved him for 1 year.
Oh, when he was with y'all,
yeah.
right? I'm sure. Yeah.
Y'all won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Oldest motherfucker to ever wear 21.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forget we're waffling. Back to topic. We have obviously since Kwaku isn't here, the Vikings at the Eagles. Eagles have a problem. They build leads.
Running back?
Was that?
No,
I was going to say running back.
They take
they just build leads and then they don't know how to hold them. Like they're always in jeopardy of losing their leads.
I see you trying to clown Cousins, talking about the 8 God.
He came back.
Listen, 8 God always has a chance to win a football game, brother.
I haven't seen the 8 God win enough primetime games.
Yeah, I don't think he's convinced primetime games.
Was that?
I don't think he's ever won.
I don't think so. He's like,
all right, so
yo.
Just be fair. Be fair though. This game ain't on him, brother. He had 4 touchdowns.
No, it's not on him. It's not on him.
No, it's the ball security of his wide receivers. That's what that was.
Yeah. I mean, look, yes. Jefferson drops one in the end zone. You can't drop that.
Yeah.
You can't drop that.
Yeah, and then you also have the big I think it was a punt return. That was a big punt return, and he fumbles it right at the end back to the Eagles.
Yeah.
So here's the question, because that game was what we thought it was going to be. It was a shootout. Mm-hmm. One thing I'll say about Jordan Addison, I don't think he's going to be able to sustain, all year playing like this every game. But the Vikings I don't care if they're 0-2. They're going to be there at the end in the mix.
They'll be in the mix.
The Eagles, they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with DeAndre Swift when Gainwell comes back. He's going to have to earn that job back.
Yeah.
So if Sirianni's smart, I don't know who their offensive coordinator is, but they would serve them well to use Swift on Monday night.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't go away from that.
Yeah, I agree.
Because every time I looked, that dude was getting through. It's hard. It's
8-10
the
yards.
Vikings don't have a good run
defense. Yeah.
So Swift was. Well, you said 10 yards to carry.
He was balling that game. He was.
Their offensive line was good. The defensive line was good. It's just the DBs for the Eagles weren't doing much.
Yeah, man. But that is the week, fellas. That is the week. Come back to you guys available tomorrow to do the preview for 3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So we'll come back tomorrow at 9. Hopefully, Kwaku will be there. I'll see if anybody in the group is willing to come as a guest too, if they want to talk about the previews for this week. We
should get Sam on to talk about Jimmy G.
He's enjoying the Raiders.
Bro, we can't even get Sam on the polo, dog. Like we're not going to be.
Funny enough, Sam.
Let's trick him and say that it's that
Sam is going to be at the Ravens game with me. He's coming.
Is he really?
Trick him and tell him we're going to talk about Love Island or some shit, and he'll come out.
Oh man,
it's funny, bro, because he's like Feifei. Like Feifei never chimes in, but he's always with you guys.
And again, I'm trying to get back to being consistent again because I forget sometimes the polo is there, and I'm like, oh shit, there's the polo. But yeah, he's like Feifei. He'll come once. Actually, he's worse than Feifei. Feifei at least makes an appearance like once in a blue moon. Like I don't think
I've never seen Sam.
Yeah. But I know he watches them. I know he watches them because he you could see his little icon or whatever. But yeah. But anyway, everyone that chimed in and watched, we're grateful to have y'all again in the comments. Let us know what you thought about the games. We're sorry we weren't able to advertise this properly, but we will soon enough. Starting by what week are we in? 3. We're going into week 3. By week 4, we should have things going, popping, so you can chime in as we're talking, discussing, commenting, whatever. Talk about your favorite teams, etc. We love the sport. That's why it comes easy for us to talk about it here and, crack jokes and stuff. So Y'all have a blessed and great night, and we will see you on the preview for week 3. Deuces. Where's my thing? There we go.